Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of, February 19th or something like that. It's in the title. You have this bee spirit and this shark card. The bee is about working together with other people. I don't know. That's the name of the game for you, Aquarius, for like the next 20 years. So anything you can do to co-create with other people is going to be very beneficial. The bee is also about the vibrations you send out to the universe. So, we are in a time of heightened manifestation, I believe. And as I always say, whether you believe in it or not, manifesting, it's like you might as well practice being more positive anyway. So, it's free. It doesn't cost any money to think more positive thoughts, right? The shark is kind of about being single-minded, being very focused on accomplishing like one thing. And you do have the Ace of Swords here as well. The Ace of Swords is my card of laser-like focus. Being very focused on one thing and then accomplishing it. So it seems to me like it's a good time for you. And here you go. You have the Six of Wands, which is a card of accomplishment. So it seems to me like it's a great time for you to accomplish your goals or for you to add more structure to things. We'll definitely talk about that. The stingray here kind of represents, adding structure to something that you're working on. Meaning, what that means is basically most things start as an idea. And then as you bring it into the real world, you start building it. You start adding structure to whatever it is. So, it seems to me like a lot of you could be working on some of your dreams or your daydreams or whatever it is you want to manifest in your life. There's a lot of people showing up here as well. It's kind of standing out to me. There's not a lot, but it's interesting that you have like these four, and then you have one here. So there are a lot of people kind of. And I feel that you could be, either very busy, very social, or dealing with a lot of people. You have the Three of Pentacles as well, which is a card of community, working together with people, card of teamwork. So really good time for teamwork for you. Again, that bee has these like vibrations that are kind of like coming off of it. And I think your vibrations, like what you put out to the universe, you're going to manifest exactly what you put out very quickly. So again, whether you believe it or not, like I said, I think it would just be a good time to be more positive, no matter how you feel about it, right? So, that's what I would say there. I also think that being very focused and kind of getting rid of any of the fluff in your life at this time would be very important with the shark card. The shark card, I don't think there are any bad cards in this deck, but sometimes it can be a card of being too focused and ignoring the things that are going on around you in a bad way, meaning like you're too focused on the goal and you're ignoring other important things in your life. But I feel the opposite for you. I feel that with this shark card, it would be a really good time for you to have a focus and for you to get rid of the fluff, meaning if there are things that distract you from your focus, you should get rid of those things, whatever they are, right? You have the Seven of Swords, King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Seven of Swords comes up a lot nowadays. A lot of people read it as lying, cheating, stealing. You have the Devil here. You have the Seven of Wands. Some of you could be putting up boundaries against a person who was a liar, cheater, stealer. But really, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. Seven of Swords is a good card. It is a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So he's stealing those swords from an army in the background here. And as I always say, with the Seven of Swords, it says, is there a better way to do whatever you're trying to do? Or is there another way that you could, build that business or get into that relationship or whatever you're trying to accomplish right now? It just says, and there you go. My phone is on silent. I don't know why this happens every single time, but my computer's right here. And that's what the beeping is coming from, or the dinging. But, what I would say here is there a better way to do what you want to do? You have the King of Swords. I kind of feel like this is just how you're showing up in the reading, just showing up in a strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, puts you in a position of power and strength, kind of allows you to get what you want from the reading. So, definitely a good position. You have the Ace of Swords. Again, Ace of Swords is my card of laser-like focus. So now is the time. And even, it's kind of funny if we go this way, you go King of Wands. He is very, I look at him as very nurturing, more nurturing than the King of Cups, because the King of Wands, he's just nurturing in a different way. He really, if he's working on a project or something, or even a relationship, he really nurtures it into existence. He treats things as if they were like a baby. He really babies things into existence. King of Cups is also nurturing, but just in a different way. And then you have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that something is for you. So again, when you have that focus, when you know that something is for you, that's when you accomplish it. Really good. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a change in your fortunes. Wheel of Fortune is really a card of your destiny, but it is your destiny how you see it. It is your personal vision for your life, and we control the wheel. Most people actually don't. Most people just let the wheel spin, and their life is all over the place. It goes backwards, it goes forwards. Things just are all over the place. But we can control the wheel with our vibrations. There's this snake right there, and that snake is squiggly like a vibration. So there you go. I think you need to keep it positive for sure. With the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Wands here. If you want love, by the way, I do feel like you're very attractive at this time, Aquarius. So you could be attracting a new person. I kind of feel like there could be a person who's coming into your life who kind of thaws you out a little bit. I'm not saying you're like cold or anything like that, but maybe you've just not been looking for love. Maybe you just haven't been, maybe had other focuses, like I said. And I feel that there could be a very like supportive person. You have divine counterparts right here. So it could definitely be a fire sign. Wouldn't surprise me. You have Aries. You have all three basically fire signs. So it could be any sign. But I think that there could be a lot of desire, and this is something that'll like spice up your life. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is kind of like work hard, play hard. So again, it seems to me like you're very focused, and with that focus, I would make sure that you are balanced. Stay focused, like I said, with the shark, but make sure you're balancing the energy, of course. You have the two of my favorite cards. You have this Poise card and this Fates card coming up in the area of the unexpected. The Poise card, you can see that lady, or whatever it is, fairy, some sort of creature, is being lifted up on a pedestal. You have the Fates card, which says that there are fated events happening in your life, or something having to do with your destiny is kind of like fated. So you are meant to be lifted up, and they both look like fairies there, and they both have stars. So I feel like there could be a lot of positive attention coming in for you, or you could just be feeling supported by the universe. But I feel like you're ready for it. It's almost like saying, the Poised card is almost saying you are ready for something that's fated to be in your life. You have the Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, and the Fool. It could be a person, clearly. The Three of Pentacles would be a person who wants to build something of quality. Three of Pentacles represents quality work. And as far as a person is concerned, it would represent a person who has like a goal, who wants to accomplish something. And again, you have the shark card. You could be attracting a shark, a person who is like a shark, has a goal, has a vision for life, and they go and accomplish it. And this vision could include you. Or, again, it could also be you that has a vision for your life and you're going and accomplishing it now. Whatever it is, I think that, this could be two people that have the same idea with the Three of Pentacles. If you are looking for love. If you're not looking for love, it could just say that you're working together with other people who are like-minded, who want to accomplish the same things you do. You have the King of Wands. Again, I do feel like there is like a fated connection for some of you if you want love in the first place. I think that there will be a lot of desire, very hot and steamy connection going on here. I think that it's going to be something that makes you very happy as well. I feel like this person, again, is probably very focused. The King of Wands, like the entrepreneur of the tarot, so could be someone who's entrepreneurial, but I like to remind people that entrepreneurial energy does not have to be business. You can be entrepreneurial with your health. You can be entrepreneurial with your spirituality. They could just have a process for the things that they do in their life, and that could be entrepreneurial. So, again, take it how it resonates, but I definitely feel there's a lot of desire between you and a person. You have the Fool. I don't see any issues here because it looks to me like you're just going to take a leap of faith towards this if this is love that you want. It just seems to me like you're just jumping right into it. And so obviously that would be a good thing. I also feel for others of you that you are taking a leap of faith on something new. Again, could be love, like I said, going this way. Page of Pentacles could be a new person, but this could also be you taking a leap of faith on something that is like fated, that is part of your destiny with the Fates and the Wheel of Fortune showing up here. You could be, this could be a new direction in your life. Like I said earlier, we're going to talk about this in a minute, but it looks to me like this could also be something that you're building because of that Stingray card. You're adding structure to something in your life. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. I would be careful of anything from the past going this way right here. And also with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like some of you could have a choice in your love life. And the Nine of Swords says, do not repeat a past mistake, right? With the King of Wands, you have the Moon card here. There could be like, I asked myself, when I was getting into this row, is there any sort of obstacle or anything here? And then I got to the Fool card and it was like, no, there are no obstacles. You have the Moon here. The Moon could kind of be an obstacle, but I kind of feel for some of you that you could be meeting a person where it's just going to take some time. That's like the obstacle I get here. There could be distance, or there could be a journey that you have to go on to meet this person. The moon is part of the fool's journey. I always say nowhere on the moon does it say stop. The moon represents going to those mountains and accomplishing something. So I think things will be fine, but maybe you're just not exactly clear how you're going to accomplish something just yet. With the Fool, you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you are discovering better ways to live your life. You have this island over here, and I always say that the Two of Swords represents like this or that thinking when there's a better option over here. I kind of feel that, it makes a lot of sense with Pluto going into your sign Aquarius that you would be discovering new ways to live your life that you just didn't know about before, right? So it's like, I don't really have any good examples, although it's like I used to live in Newport, Rhode Island for a year. I always forget that I lived there, but because it was only for a year, it's like a weird thing. But I met people there that literally never left. They grew up on the island, and it was like this was a thing there, where people would grow up there and they never left. And I used to be like, oh, I went to Providence today, and they would be like, you left the island? Like what are you nuts? And it's like that's kind of what's popping into my head here. Is like you could be like leaving something that is very familiar to you, and people are like, what are you doing with your life? What are you crazy? But I feel like it's probably just a day trip for you. You're probably just going on new adventures. I also feel that you could just be seeing that there are other ways to live your life, and you're just exploring new ways to live your life. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this Chaos and Conflict card and this No Place Like Home card. So again, it's funny that I said that you might be leaving home. And, again, you could just be leaving an establishment, right? We are in a time of the death of establishment. Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius, I believe, is the death of establishment. And I believe that I've been proven right. I've started saying this years ago. And those banks collapse, FTX collapse. I warned people about collapses before it happened. And everybody's like, oh, my God, I can't believe this collapse has happened. I'm like, I've been saying this for years, right? So there you go. I think that there will be more of this happening, of course. And, I think this right here is that you could be leaving certain comfort zones, and people could be like, what are you doing? Like, why are you quitting this job and starting this business? That's risky. Or, why are you leaving your hometown or something like that? And we really see this right here. This right here, this person above my finger is meant to look jealous of the guy on the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, of course, is a card of success and, achievements and good things coming in for you. So I feel there are achievements coming in for you, but again, there could be people who are jealous or who don't really share the same vision as you, or who don't have the same ideas as you. Who cares is what I say. I feel like you need to keep moving in the direction that you're moving in, keep moving towards success, and you will be successful. I also feel like you need to follow your heart here with the King of Cups. King of Cups has very deep emotions. He's sitting in the deep ocean, right? And but he's perfectly fine. So there are choppy waters around him, and the whole point of the King of Cups is that he isn't really worried about anything that's going on around him or the choppy waters. He's perfectly fine. Things are going how they're going to go, and he's not really worried about anything. So, I feel like you are releasing your worries. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, a card of conviction. It's a card of knowing that you know that something is for you. So I feel for a lot of you, this is a card of commitment or conviction, or knowing that you know that something is for you. Again, it seems to me like the more you believe that you can do something like we talked about at the beginning of the reading, the more likely it is that you will accomplish it. Let's see. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Death card. I thought the Death card was here twice, but I guess not. And anyway, the thing about the Death card is that right there are the two pillars from the moon, and the sun is coming up between the two pillars. It's almost like saying, once you commit to your new life, once you commit to getting onto that new island or onto solid ground or whatever you want to call it, that's when the clarity will come into your life. Although I think you're already getting clarity. With the King of Cups, you have the Lover, so there's definitely love that could be coming in for you. Some of you, I feel like, might have a choice in love, like a past person and a new person. Obviously, I think that picking the new person would be a better idea, not telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want to do. But the Nine of Swords is a never-ending nightmare. It's like repeating a mistake, or being stuck in a nightmare and then repeating a nightmare. So I feel that reading is encouraging you. Again, not me. You can do whatever you want. But, I think that the reading itself is encouraging newness, moving towards a new direction. This, to me, looks like going to an old person looks like the devil. So, obviously, I would pick the new person. With the Six of Wands, you have the Sun. The only thing you should focus on is your own happiness. That's it. You shouldn't listen to me. Shouldn't listen to anyone else in your life. You should listen to what makes you truly happy. And if you don't know the answer to that question, then I would go figure it out, right? I do believe that some people truly don't know what makes them happy. But for the most part, I think that if you think about it and you kind of eliminate, what everybody else wants, and you listen to what you want, then you will discover what makes you happy. So, I think that this is saying you need to focus on your happiness, although I do think there is happiness coming in for you. You have this fish card. This fish card is about setting small goals and accomplishing them, literally the secret to success for the rest of your life. I tell a story all the time. This channel was stuck at like 40,000 for years, and I couldn't break free from that 40,000. All I did was I started making 1% improvements every single day. Literally, I watched one new thing every single day. I still do it every single day. Look at how many changes I made. I just changed the lighting in here, right? I'm constantly making changes and learning new things about YouTube, and because of that, I am constantly growing, right? And I am not having any issues, knock on wood. But what I would say here is it's like super easy, and the energy catches up fast. It's like it doesn't take long for you to see results when you make those 1% improvements. I'm living proof. And if I can do it, you can do it. I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. I always tell people, people try to be nice, and they're like, no, you're not smart. I'm like, okay. They say, you're not dumb. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not dumb, but again, if I can do it, you can do it. So set those small goals. You have this Stingray card. The Stingray is about adding a backbone to something. It's about making something more solid in your life. It's about solidifying things and adding a foundation or creating a new foundation for something. So I really feel that's what's kind of going on here. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Devil. The Page of Pentacles is about a new beginning coming in for you, or I feel like there could be a new beginning coming in for you here. Again, definitely could be a new person, and it definitely could be a fire sign. You have the Sun, you have the Emperor here, and the Sun could be a Leo, Emperor could be an Aries. The other thing that's standing out to me, by the way, Aquarius, is that you have the Sun and the Moon. So again, for some of you, a person from the past, I do not like the Sun and the Moon together for love, because it just represents two people who cannot be together, two people who are just too different, who come from two different worlds, So again, I feel like for some of you, this is about letting go of the past. You have the Emperor here, and the Emperor is about taking control of your life and about taking control in general. I do kind of feel like you could be attracting your Emperor or your Empress, take how it resonates, but definitely could be love. You have the Devil. Again, the Devil is coming up in the area of the good stuff, which would tell me that you are releasing things that are toxic, or you are releasing things that you are bound to. And so this kind of gives me the feelings of freedom, or this kind of says that you are setting yourself free, which is great. I think that you could be removing yourself from anything that you're bound to. It doesn't even have to be something toxic. It could just be something that you feel stuck to. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, this would not be a disappointment. I kind of look at the Four of Cups as a card of a disappointment. I know some people consider the Five of Cups to be a disappointment, which it is. But for whatever reason, I've always read the Four of Cups as a disappointment. And showing up in the good stuff, this would say this is not a disappointment. With the Emperor here, you have the Nine of Wands. I thought you had the Nine of Wands twice too. I'm seeing things today, but you have the Seven of Wands in the Nine of Wands. Both cards represent boundaries, so you could be putting up boundaries, but both cards are kind of cards of perseverance. The Nine of Wands card of perseverance, Seven of Wands is a card of persistence. You have to be persistent to be perseverant in the first place, so I think embracing that energy both of those energies would be really good. With the Devil, here you go, you have the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a Capricorn that you're attracting as well. It doesn't even have to be a Devil. I also feel that you are working on your finances, or you're improving your finances, which obviously would be a good thing as well. But there's something here about your like fate, or your fated destiny, or something is fated to be in your life with that Fates card, and it's going to lead to success. Because again, you have that Poise card, which is being lifted up on a pedestal. You also have the Six of Wands, which is also kind of being lifted up. He's on his high horse on the Six of Wands. You have the Empathy card here. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, by the way. And this Empathy card represents receiving empathy. I feel like you could be meeting a person who has a lot of empathy, or who's just very caring. You have this Achievement card. We see a lot of achievements here. The Poise card, the Six of Wands is the card of achievements in the tarot. Even the Moon card, those mountains in the background of the moon represent an achievement. And you go from the moon to the sun, which says, and it's funny that I also said the sun is coming up on the Death card. So clearly you are probably leaving a moon period behind. A moon period is a period of illusions, not seeing things clearly, or fear. And so I feel like you could be stepping into just a better time. You have the power card. I feel like you are increasing your power, or you could be stepping into positions of power here. Again, wouldn't surprise me with Pluto going into Aquarius. I think Pluto can kind of go both ways. It can be destructive, but, if used correctly, I think it could lead to you becoming very powerful, for sure. What's really interesting is that there's a sun and a moon right there. I just saw it. And so you could be kind of like integrating your light and your dark and mixing those two things together, which could be giving you power. You have this authority. Yes, I think it's an amazing time for you to become an authority, again, with Pluto and Aquarius. We want to use this correctly, of course. You want to become an authority who inspires. And if you do that, that will, of course, be very successful. And finally, you have this concentration card. There you go. You start and end with a concentration card, basically. The shark, staying concentrated on accomplishing one thing is going to be the thing that leads to the most success in your life. So I love this reading for you, Aquarius. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on here. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.